Morning, participants. We apologize for the short delay. We are still waiting for the presenter to connect, but I think in the next like 5 or less minutes we'll be starting. Thank you.
Good morning, members. Good morning.
Good morning.
Participants. Morning, how are you?
Morning.
As we wait for the, we will be waiting as wait for the presenter to connect. I think we can be chatting a bit. At least someone can be telling us what they think about the water and environment, or rather, the Water and Resources Institute webinars. Those who have been attending always. Sometimes we want to hear what you think about these webinars, and also whether for improvement, for changing the time, or making it more frequent. At least you can tell us whether what we are doing is right, what we are doing is good. Should we increase the number of webinars per month? Do we need to change on timing, 2 or 3 hours or 1 hour and a half? Just give us just your feel, just a small evaluation as we're waiting for the presenter to connect. You can post it on the chat, and as we at the institute shall be able to take it in. But we hope that every time we'll be able to send you our evaluation form soon, so that we can evaluate and tell us what the impact of the webinars are. How are you feeling about them? Have they been useful to your day-to-day activities or day-to-day implementation of water and environment sector plus climate change? We'll be doing it soon. I think we'll be sending it soon. And we hope to after webinar, we'll be sending out that evaluation form for people who have participated to fill it for the benefit of the improvement or benefit of assessing how we are doing as Water Resources Institute. But as we wait for the presenter to come in, send your chats.
Madam, the presenter has joined.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Yes. I just wanted to keep the participants busy. Thanks a lot. Okay, since the presenter has joined, I think we can start our 31st webinar. Our 31st webinar, as all you know, that these webinars, we hold them on the last Friday of the month, every last Friday of the month. And these webinars are in relation to water, environment, and climate change and related natural resources. We always have people presenting or people participating, and mostly from within and outside Uganda. And today we are having someone all the way from Togo. Togo is part of Africa. It is in the West African country, about 3 hours behind Ugandan time. That's why maybe the presenter had to organize himself to make sure he's keeping time. And we are so grateful for this presenter from Togo. Yes, please. There's someone online. Okay, the presenter is by the names of Sena Aluka, and is a youth from Togo. He has been working together with the youth in Uganda, and they are looking at what community resilience and participation in climate change action. I think they call it youth participation in the climate change discourse. That's our topic today. And we are grateful to have a youth presenting to us. I'm sure youth within Ugandan context, we have so many youth that do participate in climate change here in Uganda. And I'm glad that most of the youth that do participate in climate change are part of this presentation. I have seen several youth, at least the ones I know by names, I would see are really joined in to listen in for the youth. And even not only the youth, but even the adults also are part of this participation in this webinar of 31st. And since we are looking at climate action as our major topic of discussion, I would just open up the discussion and call upon Nola to give us a brief background, a brief introduction of this webinar, this group of youth that are involved in climate action, and we'll be able to continue to introduce our presenter this morning. Otherwise, thank you all for coming in. We always appreciate, as Water Resources Institute, Ministry of Water and Environment, to have several participants attending our webinars. These webinars are all for us. It is not only the people in the professional area, but even in the communities, even the stakeholders that are involved in any activities that are related to water. It can be agriculture, it can be environment, it can be water wash, it can be catchment management, it can be even youth involved in other activities that relate to water, environment, and climate change that are welcome to present their interest to be part of the webinars of the Ministry of Water and Environment, Water Resources Institute. Otherwise, thank you. I call upon Nola to take up the matter and then introduce our presenter today. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 31st Water Resource Institute monthly webinar. It's part of our ongoing series that brings together professionals and experts from across Africa and beyond. Today, we are discussing a critical theme, community resilience and participation in climate change, in climate action with a focus on youth engagement in the climate discourse. As the African continent warms faster than the global average, communities are at the front lines of climate impacts. This makes grassroots leadership, youth participation, and knowledge sharing more important than ever. Allow me to briefly outline our program for today. We've had the introductory remarks, then will be followed by a short introduction to the Alliance for Food Sovereignty in Africa. Then our keynote presentation will then be delivered by Mr. Sena Aluka, chairperson of AFSA. After the presentation, we'll be having an open discussion and Q&A session with participants. Finally, we'll have Dr. Tindi Mugaya, who will return to share the closing remarks. Let me briefly introduce our speaker for today, Mr. Sena Aluka. Today, we are honored to be joined by Sena Aluka, a visionary African activist, environmentalist, and mentor whose life has been dedicated to empowering youth, protecting the environment, and transforming Africa's food system. Born in Pele Siko, a small village in Togo, Sena turned early challenges into a lifelong mission for climate justice. He is the founder of Jeune Volontaire pour l'Environnement, JVE. It's a youth-led movement now present in nearly 30 African countries. They champion for agroecology, food sovereignty, and climate action. He has played a pivotal role in shaping the Alliance for Food Sovereignty in Africa, AFSA, introducing youth and climate working groups and mentoring leaders who today hold influential positions across the continent. Internationally, he has been recognized, including the IUCN, Reuters Environmental Journalism Award, and an Ashoka Fellowship. Sena has trained and supported countless young Africans to take part in global negotiation and grassroots initiatives. What truly defines him, however, is not the awards, but the lives he has touched. Known affectionately as Papa by many young people across Africa, Sena embodies a legacy of mentorship, resilience, and the belief that empowering others is the surest path to lasting change. Please join me in welcoming Sena Aluka to the presentation.
Thanks very much. I feel very, very honored to be here. Let me put on my video, and for me too, I hope you can see me. Can you see the young Sena that Madame Director just introduced? You're not that young, but young in spirit, young in flesh, young in souls. So I hope you all slept well. I hope you're having a good day, and I'm happy to, in the coming 2 hours, or let's say we have lost some 30 minutes, let's say 1 hour coming, we'll discuss about things that are very important to us. So I know some people, particularly Francis, is there and waiting for me to sing my Lugadan songs to greet and also to start my greeting the small words that I've kept after almost 15 years going around talking to people, communities around in Uganda. I think in Africa, after Togo, Kenya, Uganda is the third country that I know very well, even from the politics aspect, development aspect, and the role of young people, having myself been around for quite long. For us to start, I'll be happy to give you a short overview of what we are going to do. But first, I want us to take your phone. I hope all of you have a phone. I will just present now. And I will project. Then I'll give you a number, and you all go there, and I'll be happy to see what you want to gain from this what do you call it, event. Okay, so please take your phone, and I will project just now in a while. Just 1 minute. Sorry for having made you wait a little bit, because I was waiting for my electricity. Yeah, let me just project now. Good. I go to Zoom. I project, and I hope you can all be able to see. Yes, here you go. Okay. So now let's come here, and I project. First, use this. Present. So please take your phone and go to menti.com. 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 It's reloading is coming. Yeah, so go to menti.com, like you can see on the phone, on the screen. And once you go to menti.com, you will see you just enter the code 77573806. Okay? So menti.com, just go menti.com on your phone and type the code 77573806. You should be able to see it. Good to have some people already who managed to join. That's fine. So this is it. I hope you are there. Let's go. Ready? I have 6 people. I want more. Just go to Menti, take your phone, go to Menti, and then you type these words. Just to have a few. I want to hear some few ideas from you. I have 8 people. We have 50 on the lines. I hope at least once we reach 20, that will be fine. Menti.com, and then you type in 77563806. Good. We are now 11, 4, additional 4, and then we go. I know it's hard because we are using the same phone, and it can be challenging. Yes, I do very much understand. Okay, so we are 12. I think we can go. The rest will join us later on. Okay, so this morning, how do you feel? And what is the main message you would like to send to the organizers of this message? How do you feel? And a word to the director, to Francis, to Patricia, and just say anything. Just let's try it. A word to the Uganda Director of Water Management, please. Great, bless. Okay, good. I want to hear what's, yeah. More. It's for Uganda Water Resource Institute, and not WRI. Yes, let me hear. Hello, amazing. You are here, excited. Very good. Blessed, interesting, encouraging. Okay. Proud to be part. Okay, good. Let's go. At least we got 20 people. The rest will follow later on. I'm coming to the most important part, which is, yeah, a lot of amazing people are blessed, people are enthusiastic. Happy to see that. Okay. Now let's move to the second one. Okay, so tell me, what do you want to learn in this session? What do you want to learn? What's your expectation? This is the main goal of this exercise. Tell me what you want me to tell you. Something you don't know yet that you want to discover today. Something very important for you that you have been trying always. Let me read you. Okay, good start. Community-led resilience, youth, environment, climate action. Okay, indigenous knowledge on climate change and impact. Climate action policy update. There seem to be so many I to understand. How can young people be more meaningfully engaged? Okay, good. That's good to see. You want to learn about new ideas and best practices. Okay, that's fine. We have 12 and 22, another 3. Okay, so we can see very soon. Okay, we have 6 people that want to learn about climate change, 5 want to talk about youth engagement, and 4 about community resilience. Okay, I think that's fine. It's quite interesting. Okay, so I think it's we can move on now. Just to check, how many of you have a WhatsApp account, X account, LinkedIn account, Telegram account, Facebook account, Instagram account? If you have, just go ahead. Okay, what's up? That's fine. Let me see more. Okay, very good. So I can see, okay, yeah, very few people have Telegram. That's quite understandable. So on the highest score, as you can see very well, goes to WhatsApp. Yeah, our boss. WhatsApp is followed by X. I'm really surprised. Congratulations. This is the first time I'm having such a score. Congrats. Bravo. And followed by LinkedIn, and then Facebook and Instagram. I know there are several more. You know them more than I do, but I think this should be okay. I am happy to see what I'm seeing there. Okay. We have 70 people who voted. I think it's enough sufficient for us to move ahead and go to. Let me stop sharing and go to the PowerPoint now. I have more, but I think it's better. We stop and continue with the, since we have, it's almost half past now. Okay, so let me just project my PowerPoint. Okay, I have it. Let's go. Good. I hope we can see my screen. I can also see it. Okay, so my name is Sena Luka, and thanks Nora for the presentation. I'll just present the organization, but based on what you have just said, I decided not to play the PowerPoint, but just to discuss with you, share my ideas, my experience with you, and I hope it will be very useful. So I work for the Young Volunteer for the Environment based in Togo, and I will just present what is WRI and some of my close attachment to Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. So I'll present who we are, what we do, and then we start discussing the story. If you pay attention to what Nora presented, our story started by a bushfire in my village back in '99. And then we decided as young people, then I just finished university, to do something about it. And we created an organization called the United Youth for Environmental Protection. In French, it means it's JUPE, J-U-P-E. That is scared. If you translate No, not translate. The way Jupe is read, it means skirt. So they will always call me Mr. Jupe, like Mr. Skirt. Jupe means United Youth for Environmental Protection in English. Guess what happened? After some point, to make the story short, myself, I got fired from this organization. First lesson for you guys. The day someone say, leave my office, you are fired. You can tell the guys, thanks a lot. Because those people who plotted and fired me from that UYEP that I created back in 1999 are the people I should be always grateful to. If they have not fired me from that community grassroots-based organization, what we are going to discuss today would never have happened, and I would not have had the chance to meet most of the amazing souls from Uganda that I know. So we started that organization in 1999. When I was kicked out, we moved on to the capital city of Togo called Lomé, and we started this organization now called the Young Volunteers for the Environment in 2001. So we are around for the past 24 years, and thanks to expression of interest from young people, mostly from Nigeria, we decided to expand our wings outside the country, Togo. And today we are present in about 30 countries. The goal is to reach by 2030 the whole 54 countries. Will we reach that goal? We are here to say. Anyway, we are already there, and like Nora, who is presenting, is our communication officer from our office in Nairobi, YV Kenya, hosted by Pelham. We just launched our last office in Somaliland just last 2 weeks. And last Saturday, there was the General Assembly of YV Ethiopia. So we are there. Everywhere you go, we are there. And you see that I even tried to some extent to fool the soil of Uganda. So we started in 2001, got our recognition 2006, and continue growing. As any other organization, we are very well organized. Second lesson, young people, if you want to do something serious, be organized, be professional. Don't be a conference hunter, workshop hunter. Don't be WhatsApp, selfie hunter. No. Be organized, set up your enterprise, your business, make it professional. So the reason why we are still here 24 years, why, even though we started very young, I've seen so many youth organizations on the way that came and disappeared and vanished and lured by some other, egoistic interest, because they are not organized. I've seen more and more Uganda young people, youth organization. I'm so proud of what they have been doing, but we want to see more. The harvest is ready to be, the farm is ready to be harvested. We don't have enough people in the farm. So we need more and more youth organization. This is how we organize. You need to have members organized into a General Assembly. The General Assembly meets and appoint our board of directors. So the 5 people you see at the right, those are my boss. The woman in the middle, Rachel, is my president. She's the chairwoman of the whole JV in the 30 countries. And in Togo, so I have the board, and I'm the leader of the staff. We are about 60 in my office in Togo, and we have same system in other countries. And we have like 8 regional offices. So like every week we go, we circulate around 80% of the Togo. Togo is a small country, by the way, small country, just population of Kampala. So the next time you come to Togo, don't trouble your life. Just say, hey, I'm looking for Sena. They say, who's Sena? You say the environment. Yeah, the Boda will take you to my home. No problem. We are not that many. So it's a small country, so it's easy to navigate around. So what do we do as the Young Volunteer for the Environment? We offer a lot of training, on biodiversity, on water, on energy, on clean cooking, on climate action, on business management. We incubate several, youth enterprises. We network. So most of the network on the continent, on water, on climate, on energy, all of them, we are member of them, and to several of them we are they are founding members. Like the African Rivers Network that we founded in Uganda back in 2004. How old were you in 2004? With NAPE, I failed to do this, but I'll do it after this slide. With Mr. Frank Muramuzi, that we just lost. So we started the African Rivers Network. We went around dams all over the world. The Inga Dam in DRC, the Kafue Dam in Zambia, Mpadankuwa Dam in Mozambique, the Nangbeto Dam in Togo, what is it? And the Bujagali, the big Bujagali, and the second dam in Uganda as well. So I'm a son of Bujagale, and I will see you the song that my fellow kids, children taught me there. So we do a lot of exchange, you know, we create exchange platform for young people to go in and come out. And we are there always trying to, you know, open space for young people to participate in events. Third lesson, young people, third lesson, if you want to succeed, share. You want me to repeat? If you want to succeed, share. Those young people who after this discussion will put something around, happy to meet Senna today, I've learned one sentence, one word, you are on the way to success. The more you share, the more intelligent you become, the richer you become. My father told me, knowledge is the only richness or wealth that when you share it, it multiplies. If you have 100 shillings and you share it to someone, you don't have 100 shillings, unless you are a magician, like those Nigerian people. But knowledge, when you share it, it multiplies and we all get rich. So please share. We do research and studies. Like I said, we do research. We did Uganda Dams Dialogue, and I was there to validate the document. We did study around the Red Plus in Uganda. I'm also for Chibale. I was in Chibale Forest. I was trained by the Uganda Wildlife Commission, you know, and all those guys there at the Uganda Wildlife, they know Sena very well. We disseminate solutions on renewable energy, you know, on wash, etc. We support entrepreneurship and social leadership. So we started this organization as a youth volunteer for the environment, as, you know, like to protect. At some point we say, no, this can't continue, friend. We need to look for money. I'm here to tell you, this is my fourth lesson today. Ladies, guys, there's money to be made, plenty. There are conferences, events, big hotels, beaches waiting for you just by engaging yourself in environmental protection. There is 1,000 events. That opportunity, we'll talk about that later on. So there's money to be made. Put it in your mindset. We are not here to say, yes, we are here to save the planet. And doing that, we need to make money, because there's no money, my friend, we can't continue the fight. We do communicate, you know, we have information. Myself, I was an environmental journalist, and I won the 2002 IUCN and Reuters Award. So I was the best environmental journalist in Africa in 2002. 2002, guys. And yeah, so we do a lot in terms of communication. And just type my name, you can see videos. I was on radio, on TV for almost 15 years. Yeah, a lot of awareness raising, sensitization through you know, radio, etc., social media, and this one is part of that. And advocacy, we do advocacy on various ideas. I'm here to help you. This is just the beginning of a journey. Okay, at the end of this, we can be sure we are going to develop an amazing bondship, friendship, you know, brotherhood and sisterhood around climate, around water security, around sustainable development, the SDGs, etc. Okay, because I am dedicated to, you know, the strengthening capacity of young people all over the world, particularly in my Uganda, to become real environmental heroes, champions, warriors. Not only the blah, 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 those who really have some kind of connection on the ground. With the support of the whole team, we block country legislation. We block the Togo energy policy. In 2014, my country decided to put forward an energy policy that is making room for nuclear power and coal. Togo, small country, we are heavily indebted, poor and underdeveloped. Now we want to go to nuclear and coal. I say this is not gonna happen here. And so I put my people together. Up to today, Togo has no energy policy. Okay? Just because of the power of young people. Just to tell you guys, you have the power. Okay? Good. So what we do to reach that, you know, you can see the picture. We do theater, radio, we do caravans. We'll be talking about the caravan later on, but we started the caravan in 2011 on the way to COP17. Young people left Nairobi, down the way to South Africa, through Botswana, Swaziland, Namibia, and so yeah, we go through campaigns. We participate in various events, in workshops, etc., etc., etc. Okay, and we, as I said, we have groups in various countries. In Rwanda, we have group in Cameroon, we have group in Mali. This is where we in the Gambia, working around the INC in every country has some kind of speciality. You know, this one's working around the plastic pollution. You know, I'm sure most of you are informed about the latest flop in Geneva, where they were negotiating the plastic pollution treaty. In Kenya, yes, we have a very strong office there, working with UN organizations, working with communities, doing Earth Day celebrations. In Benin, working around wetland, mangrove, a lot of leadership training there in Benin. Cote d'Ivoire is one of our best. They have developed an amazing expertise in everything that has to do with mining and fighting land grabs. You know, like the Mabira forest. I'm a son of Mabira. I fought for Mabira. I fought against the government. Sorry to say, Madam Director. Sorry. we said, no, you can't sell Mabira forest. No way. I left Togo to come and say no to, don't give Mabira to the Chinese. Yes, I was part of that fight, guys. In Niger is an amazing country, do a lot around the nexus on water, energy, and health. You know, the picture you see at the left, that is our colleague Sani Ayuba, the director of WRI in Niger, addressing all the 7 on 8 head of state of the Sahel countries when they were validating the Sahel investment plan on climate. So we have that level of exposure. Senegal, as we are talking now, Senegal is organizing a huge caravan across the whole country. Yeah. In Nigeria, they're working mostly around how do they call these? Those the oil spills, in Nigeria, the Ogas, they are there. So we have our office not in Lagos, not in Abuja, but in Ibadan. In South Africa, they work with refugee camps, teaching about, water sanitation. And in Togo, of course, we work around SDGs, around campaigns, around training, etc., etc. A lot of partners over years. And yes, I was in Uganda. So we started the WRI in Uganda back in 2000. I was in Makerere University myself in 2000, I think that was 11. And we invited my lecturer there, and I spoke the university, brought young people together back in 2010, and wanted to support them. We started the group. If you type WRI Uganda on Facebook, you'll see us. It started, we even had our office in Jinja. We did some activities, but now it's down. So we are trying to lift it up. So I hope some of you will be interested. We'll be happy to support you to, make it happen. But whichever organization you belong to, we are happy to work with you and support you. And yes, like I said, I was in Chibale. I was in that city. I went where you see those very beautiful geological formations, and I visited the Bujagali Dam. I visited the second big dam as well. And you want the song now or later? Now, this land is my land. This land is your land. From Ruwenzori to Karamoja, from Lake Victoria to the western border. This land belongs to you and me. This song I learned in 2011 in Bujagali. I will never forget, because it was we were supporting communities that were displaced in the process of the Bujagali, and I paid them a lot of respect. And here I'll be working with NAPE. I work with Uganda Water and Sanitation Network. Madame Doreen at the Uganda Water Sanitation Network is a good friend of mine. I work with Uganda Sustainable Development Network. I work with Uganda Climate Action Network. They know me very well. I work with various organizations that are into water and sanitation. And your past minister was our mentor when we were negotiating the sanitation water for all, a platform. So this is me. I know now I've managed to convince you that Sena is purely Ugandan. And by the way, I want to give you a secret. I have no idea why our president, anytime he leaves Togo, he's with Mzee. We kept asking, Mr. President, have you found a beautiful girl in Uganda? We have no idea. But the Togo president, Mr. Faure, always the best country he goes to is Uganda. So anyway, so we have that closed already. So just for you to know. Now let's talk about what we are here to talk about. The climate negotiations and your participation. How can you be better involved? And like I said, I decided not to play the presentation, but rather discuss with you, give you few points, so that we have. I'll share with you. I have like it's a 50 slide presentation, okay? But I decided not to play that one, but just discuss with you, okay? I'll make stops. You ask questions, then we continue. Fine. Good. Now let's I think it's better you see me better. So I will stop sharing and I will ask my first question. We want to discuss today about the role of young people in better defining and designing a multilateral environmental agreement. Multilateral environmental agreement, MEA, MEA. If you don't know, today you know. You can write something. Do you know what's MEA on WhatsApp? You see all your colleagues don't know. You tell them next time, come to the 32nd webinar of that's planned next year, the next Friday in September. So good. Tell me, from your understanding or knowledge, how many multilateral environmental agreements do we have out there? I mean, conventions, treaties, protocols, what else? Contracts. From your how many do you think we have? Just respond in the chat box. I'll see. How many multilateral environmental agreements do you think we have? Let me see. How many? Let me see. Okay. I have not seen it yet. I'm waiting. Just write the chat box. The chat box. How many environmental agreements do you? 100. Wanja, good. I want to get to know you. How many? How many? Okay, this is your first time. Okay, so here we're talking about the conventions on climate, on biodiversity, on land, on water, all that, you know. And you know, we travel all the time. If you come to the Water Resource Institute, when you ask about the Madam Director, they say, she has traveled. She went to the World Water Forum, you know. Or she has traveled. She went to the World Water Week. Or she has traveled. She went to the All African Water Utilities meeting, you know. 18, this is about all the treaties that countries sign in order to manage environment. I got only three answers. Gloria, I want to read you. Gilbert, where are you? Shaka, Patrick, Moses, write something I want to hear. Annette, I will have Annette. Evelyn, let me hear from you, okay? Agreement between nations. That's what we call them. Multilateral environmental agreement that are signed at UN level or in the context of UN. Okay, it's clear that most of you don't know what it's all about. That is fine. We talk about it just in a while. Good. So first, I hope that most of you heard about how it all started. You know where it started. It started in Africa. So, of course, we can trace it back. I know you are Ugandans, you are the Luganda, you are Nilotic as well. We all come from the Congo. Then our ancestors migrated for reasons we never understood. They went far to Egypt and then started descending. So if when they look at the tablet from the Pharaoh's town, the Pharaoh's time around the pyramid, they found some of the dispositions or arrangement were around how to manage the habitat, somewhere around hygiene, somewhere around the role of women, the role of children, somewhere even around gender violence, back far in Egypt. And you know, Egyptians were all Black Africans. There's no discussion about it. And after that, the second we know about in history is the kingdom of Mali. So Sunjata Keita. You know, the kingdom of Mali is the biggest. The kingdom of Mali brought or generated the richest man. I hope you know the richest man in the human history is called Kankamusa. This guy left the Mali Empire. The Mali Empire is around where the Mali is today, Niger, Chad, Senegal, and a part of Burkina Faso. That whole place is called the Empire of Mali. And the then king was Soundiata Keita. Kanka Musa was before Soundiata Keita. So, but when Soundiata Keita came to be, he asked for a charter to be drafted. That is called the Mandé Charter. Mandé is written M-A-N-D-E Charter, or the Kurkafunga. You can also see the Kurkafunga Charter. That is dated 1236. 1236. That's where Africans decided to organize environmental protection. So, guys, let me stop. Point number 5 here for you to know. Lesson 5. Environmental protection is part of our DNA. And our ancestors always have been looking for devising ways to protect the environment. We didn't hear about environment in class. No. We didn't hear about environment or agroecology, at the UN conference. No. We didn't hear about climate change at COP. No. Those things are embedded in who we are. If you go deep, you ask your ancestors, your parents, your grandfather, how life used to be, you can understand how life before in Uganda was, there's a strict connection with nature. The name of days, the name of month, the name of market, all that were organized around ecosystem. So that's my first point. I want you to understand that dates back to Africa, the Mandé Charter. That's the first known written document that has some arrangement for environmental protection. And then after that, countries came, colonization came. We were colonized by the Arab. Then came the Muzungus. They were worse than the Arab. And after almost 300 years of colonization, they started a new colonization. And when they finished colonization, I want you to understand this today, guys. They decided to keep Africa under their kind of control because they don't want to lose the control of the beautiful, the virgin that we have in Africa, the beauty of Lake Victoria. So they started creating NGOs. The first one they create were around the 1930 something, the WWF. But you know who were those who were leading those first NGOs? They were the first colonialists. The colonialists who were obliged to leave Africa were the ones who were sent back to manage NGOs and create the parks. So most of the parks you have, even in Uganda, were created from that colonialist perspective because they want to keep, to some extent, the beauty, the virginity of our African ecosystem. That's the thing you need to understand as well, because we had very good, very pure and magic ecosystem. Then Africa gets organized, countries came to be, and African Union came to be set up. And even before the European world started thinking about environmental protection, even before the first disaster had happened, about the real disaster like the Bhopal tragedy, the Exxon Valdez tragedy, Africa took conscience long before. And if you type Africa Convention Environment, you see that by 1958, African Unity, African Union, the Organization of African Union, as it was called then, agree on a convention to protect our environment, to protect nature. That was the first convention ever about environment. So keep it, guys, that we African, we are at the beginning of everything. And we had a convention to manage parkland. We have a convention in Africa to manage waste. Even before Rachel Carson wrote his book, The Silent Spring. So the Muzungu, the modern time of environmental consciousness, started in the US with a lady called Rachel Carson. She wrote a book in 1981 about the silent spring. When it's spring, normally flowers supposed to come up, bees, insects supposed to come, but it was quite silent. So she said something's happened. She wrote the book on, sorry, that was 71. She wrote a book that pushed some countries, even the US, to start doing some activities. The next year, in 1972, April, they organized the first Earth Day of history. And at some point, they set up a club called the Club of Paris, a Club of Paris, the Club of Rome, that saw that there was the kind of industrialization, the kind of development, as they call it, that was happening was not sustainable. So they need to bring that type of development to a close to an end, and that mark the say the beginning of modern consciousness about environmental awareness. And that they asked a lady called Madame Brundtland. She was the first Prime Minister of Ireland to write a book to see how can we balance development and environmental integrity, environmental protection. She produced a book called The World We Want. So The World We Want crafted a very good concept called eco-development, and asked for some meeting to take place so that things can be done better. And that well of Madame Brundtland brought in the concept of sustainability and sustainable development. Basically meaning, like we say in my village, don't eat the grain that you use you use as seed for the next season. So you don't chop the seed today, the grain you have today. No, you don't chop them all, because tomorrow you are going to use it as a seed for the next season. So that's all. That's how they understand the notion of sustainable development. Doing a development that does not jeopardize the capacity of future generations as well to live a very good life. Let me repeat again. Sustainable development as a concept is about ensuring that development as it is done today does not put into risk, does not jeopardize capacity of future generations as well to live a good life. That's all it's about. And from that document, the UN organized a meeting first in 1972. The first meeting on environment was in 1972. It's called UNCED, the UN Convention or Conference on Environment and Development. That was in Stockholm, in Sweden, in 1972. And that led to the establishment of various organizations like the World Meteorological Organization or UNEP. And the UNCED started on the 5th of June, 1972. That's why the 5th of June has been, declared as UN Environment Day by the United Nations. And thanks to that UNCED conference in 1972 in Stockholm, you can even see that the UN created organizations like UNEP. UNEP and the World Meteorological Organization came as discussion as outcome of the 72 conference in Stockholm. So don't forget, first milestone, Stockholm, 1972. Then discussion continue. That book came in. There's a need to write now convention so that people can see what can I do, how can we set the limit. That led the world to meet for the very second time, this time in Brazil in 1992. I hope you all know about the Rio Convention. The Rio Convention is the beginning of modern day multilateral environmental agreements. It started with mostly 3 main conventions. So the Brazil 92 Rio meeting, Rio summit, led to the drafting and signature of various conventions. One is the UN Convention on Biodiversity, the UNCBD, the UN Convention on Biodiversity, or the UN Convention on Biological Diversity. The second is the UN Convention to Combat Desertification, the UN Convention to Combat Desertification. And the third one is the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. It's a framework convention on climate change. It means the beginning climate change even has a lower power, lower force than the other two. But as you see today, climate change has taken over all the other conventions. And there was also a principal declaration of forest that came out from Rio. But the thing also that we get from Rio is called Agenda 21. Agenda 21 came as a product of Rio. That is like, how can we better design our economies so that the 21st century is better than the 20th century. It's called Agenda 21. It has a lot of very good chapters. Please type Google Agenda 21. It's not a very big document. Read it. It will give you a very holistic view of what type of development the world needs, what we actually should all pursue. So, and after that, there came to be various type of multilateral agreements. So what happened is, a few countries say, okay, there's a problem here. So they agree at the United Nations to say, why can't we ask 1, 2, 3 countries to think of a framework that will guide our activities around water, around energy, around air, around forest, around the rains, around everything. So those 3 countries propose a document draft. Once the draft is approved by the committee at the UN, so they call all countries to come and negotiate. Like right now, the UN decided in 2022 in Nairobi to draft a document that can guide how we produce, distribute, consume, and dispose waste, plastics. Yeah. And we started discussing. So some few countries have been asked to propose a document. They met, proposed a document. First meeting took place in Uruguay. Then a second meeting in 2023 in France. Then another meeting in Nairobi. Then they went to Busan in Korea last year. And this year, they met in Geneva to agree on a framework about how to manage plastic pollution. I hope you know what happened in Geneva, right? No agreement. Why? Because their business, those who are polluting the planet, don't want to lose their business. They say, don't talk about production of plastic. Let's produce and see how to recycle. You know, they don't want to discuss the full life cycle of a plastic. They just want to discuss how it is recycled. But we know that recycling is very dangerous. You want me to repeat that? Recycling is very dangerous for water bodies, for our lakes. Because if you recycle something, you know, sometimes it gets worse than the beginning. You know, not the small recycling we do in our village. Like in my place, we never throw the yesterday ugali. No. We can keep ugali for 5 days. I hope you remember. I hope some of you remember how this happened. We don't throw things out in Africa, you know. So not that type of recycling I'm talking about, you know. I'm talking about how you take plastics, you know, that are there, and then you refine them in a factory to bring a new product. That one, it emits more dangerous hazard, more dangerous substance in the air. Anyway, let's come to our discussion. So that's how the process of the plastic treaty is ongoing. Hopefully, the UN will call another meeting, INC, because that one was INC. INC stands for International Negotiating Committee. International Negotiating Committee. So that is not, it's not yet a COP. It's when the International Negotiating Committee, the day they will agree on the plastic treaty, it's going to be called the International Plastic Pollution Treaty. That's the name it's going to take. It can be changed. Then once they agree at the final INC, then they will meet as what they call DIPCON. DIPCON is a diplomatic conference. Like they bring all foreign affairs ministers together in a city. I hope it will get, I pray that it is Uganda, it's in Kampala, because then they'll call it the Kampala Treaty on Plastic Pollution. You all know about the Kyoto Protocol, the Paris Agreement, the Vienna, blah, 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 the Stockholm, blah, blah, blah. Because now, countries, they are crazy. Eh? They don't want to make commitments, but they are fighting so that DIPCON take place in their cities. Anyway, for you to understand, once the DIPCON countries come and sign the document, once the country come together and sign the document, then they say we meet for the first time that they call COP. COP, the Conference of Parties of all countries that have signed. And most of the time, when you come, your foreign minister signed the treaty to say that, in principle, Uganda accept to be part of this treaty. But then Uganda, the Minister of Foreign Affairs now go back home, inform Mzee inform the whole government, and what happened? They bring this to the parliament now. And now the Uganda parliament has to ratify it. So if the Uganda parliament has not ratified it, after the Uganda parliament has ratified it, then the president will promulgate it. That it became part of the Uganda legal corpus, corps juridique, legal framework. So this is a process. First, you need to participate in the negotiation of the text. Then you have to participate in the DIPCON to the day when the document will be signed. That means you are going to sign. Then you need to ratify. And after you ratify, then the president must promulgate it. It depends, but mostly that's how it happens. So guys, this process about managing our environment has concerned more or less 500 multilateral environmental agreements. 500 multilateral environmental agreements. Can you believe that? Yes, we have about 500 today. They concern various types of ecosystems, some around water, like there's the UN Convention on international water, the water beyond the barriers, beyond the national borders. There's the international, there's a convention on climate, there's a convention on how to reduce pollution, there's a convention on wetland, there's a convention, everything that you see outside, there's a convention. But I'm coming, now let me make what I call an advocacy here. The funny thing is, guys, we have about 500 multilateral environmental agreements. Guess what? There's not one single convention around water. Water is the only thing that has no convention. You have that UN COLOS, the 92 conference, just to manage water beyond the country border. Those who have sea. That's it. There is a UNIS, that convention. They are fighting government, some countries to sign, but like a UN convention that talks about water resources, water management, water security, water diplomacy, water business, all that, there's none. You know why? Because our friend Muzungu, they want to keep water business. They want to keep managing water. You know where the people meet to talk about water? When they are invited by by I don't know what, I hope Madam Director knows, Evie Francis, the World Water Forum. Can you imagine? When the world want to think about water, they don't meet at the UN meeting. No. The highest level of meeting is the World Water Forum. You know where the next one is coming to take place. And just because the UN failed to take hold of it. But UN started, there was a UN meeting last week. There was the UN Water Conference. There's a UN Water. UN Water is composed of UNESCO, UNDP, HCR, some of them. They release annually some report about water situation in the world. But we don't yet, yes, someone's right, Alison, there's a World Water Forum. So the World Water Forum is a business people avenue. It's not UN. Even the UN go there as an observer. So that's where all the business guys meet. That is now that the UN is trying to, take a stage and, come back to the play and say, no, business people, stop. Now I'm back. Because what we trust is the government. I trust if the Uganda government say now this water is good for you, I will drink without asking myself any question because I trust the Uganda government. But I don't trust any businessman. No way. I don't trust business people. So business people, they meet, they discuss how they're going to manage trade, etc., etc. Okay, that's fine. And they invite, I know they invite the Water Resource Institute. They are always there. I met several of your colleagues in the past. I met some in Korea. I met some in Marseille, in France, etc. So in Brasilia last time. So that's the situation about waters. All of us, point number 6, guys, today, we need to fight for the UN, for our government to have a convention on water. I hope you follow the news. If you type water conference, what you see that the last meeting that was about water took place in Stockholm, the Stockholm Water Week. They call it the World Water Week. That was just a business model developed by SIWI, the Swedish International Water Institute, that brings people together to discuss about water. They give awards, they create space for people to talk. Yeah, basically that's it. So that's the sad part of the story, that what we're talking about, up to now, we don't yet have something that is really combined the full water cycle. There are some small things, but not the full thing. The one we have is only Europe. Now they are trying to extend it to Africa, but we need something that the whole UN can, have. Okay, so I hope now you understand how all this will happen in terms of the treaty, etc. And those documents, those multilateral environmental we have, like I said, it started all in Sweden, in Stockholm. That's what I said. Yeah, exactly. Okay, good. Now let's talk about areas of engagement. And I'll end there. We have some few discussion. I'll continue. Areas of engagement. Now, let's take the UN conventions. The UN Convention on Climate Change. Once the convention has been signed in Rio, countries have to ratify it. You can type when Uganda ratify the UNFCCC convention. I can do that. It's very easy. You just go online. That's what I'm trying to do now. I just type Uganda. Okay, ratification. UNFCCC. And I will tell you right away, yes, you'll be surprised that Uganda was one of the first countries to sign and ratify the UNFCCC. Bravo! Did you know? No. Do you know when Uganda signed the Paris Agreement? You'll be surprised. The Uganda government signed the Paris Agreement in October. The Paris meeting took place somewhere around July. Was it July, October, July 2015? Straight away in October, Uganda government signed it and ratified the Paris Agreement on the 21st of September 2016. Just 1 year later. Some countries up to now have not yet ratified the Paris Agreement. And now several countries are trying to get out. So I hope this will help you to understand the difference of signing and ratifying. So we have those 500 multilateral environmental agreements, and each one of them has space for participation. So how is it organized? I'll share with you the slide. The slide explained very well, how it's organized. You can see the names, all the bodies. But I'm just saying what is just important for you to understand. What we need to know first is that the COP, when it meets, that's when all the parties that have ratified the meet is called the Conference of Parties when they meet. And then when they meet, they have chairs, the chairs that manage the activities and the meeting, the discussion. And then you have various bodies. There's a body to discuss how good are we performing. That's called the subsidiary body on implementation. There is another body to discuss the technological aspect, like the RED Plus. The RED Plus going to happen. By the way, I was trained, the first time I got training on RED Plus. RED is a reduction of emission in deforestation and land degradation. I was trained in Chibale Forest by Uganda Wildlife Commission. So they set up those bodies to meet and discuss and come back with, report that the COP then can approve. Then the COP, based on the 92 Agenda 21, agree on a set of stakeholders. First, the COP is a meeting of parties. It's not a meeting of citizens. No. It's not a place where you and me, you can go and, no. It's a government process. It's not NGO process. It's a government process. And then, even though it's a government process, they make arrangements so that at least 9 major groups can meet and participate. And I can see here, so the 9 major groups that have been given capacity to participate, that is make a statement, that is agree on, let's say, agreeing on a position paper, and come and present. You have, that's when it's becoming interesting. You have the women group, you have the youth group, you have the farmers group, you have the municipality, the territorial group, you have the which group? You have the NGO, environmental NGOs group. You also have the business group. And now there are new groups that were added lately, the philanthropy group, and the foundation group, and the most marginalized group. Give me 1 minute. I need to take some water.
Sen, I think we've lost you.
He said he was just taking a glass of water briefly.
Thanks. Okay, so we're talking about how the COP operate at the 9 major groups. So those major groups, the women group, the youth group, that is where now you can engage, you can participate. So the next time we have to go to COP, you can't just go to COP, you need to go to COP through one of those constituted major groups. We call them major groups. So like Madame Wickman is very knows where she participates with the women group. So you need to join, most of you need to join. I hope you know about Yungo. I am one of the founders of Yungo. Yungo is the unique youth platform that the UN has accepted that can provide, input into the climate, into the negotiations. And beyond Yungo, you can also join the indigenous people. They have their group. They even have a platform called LCIPP, Local Communities and Indigenous Peoples Platform, LCIPP. That's where they meet, they discuss, they chat, they agree on how to improve participation of indigenous people into the negotiation. It's the same in all the various multilateral agreements. All of those nine major groups have their participation there. So if you are looking at how to attend COP, to attend meetings, like I said, first thing, you have 500 COPs to go to. So we should not be running after the UN conference on climate. No. You have wetland, you have desertification, you have biodiversity, you have there's one on birds, there's one on mountains, on the Stockholm Convention on pesticide with the POP. There's Rotterdam Convention on prior informed consent. There is a Minamata Convention on mercury. There are all those conventions, and all of them have this civil society and youth participation window. So you just write to the Convention of Wetlands, say, good morning, my name is Pamela. I want to attend the next meeting. I hope you understand that the last COP of the Wetland Convention took place in Zimbabwe. So I want to attend. So they put you in touch with either the women group or the youth group. That is how you can participate. You must be part of one of the 9 major groups. That's the best place. So that once you go there, you can raise your hands. My name is Evelyn Kabaringara. I come from Chibale or Rwenzori. I'm speaking on behalf of the women group. Okay. So then Evelyn is there representing all the women and making a statement. That's the only you can influence the negotiations. You have another way to influence the negotiations. That is when the countries, because I say it's a country-driven process, it's not a youth or NGO process, but you can negotiate, you can influence. Before Uganda government goes there, Uganda government, you guys should be proud of your government. We are not happy of everything. Not everything can be perfect, but there are something that we are very proud of. Uganda government has the best negotiators on climate. Let me repeat that. Uganda has the best negotiators on climate change. Just on that one. I know they are very good on biodiversity. I've met several. They played a good role. Uganda played a very great role during the process of the biosafety protocol, etc. But on climate, you are top number 1 because Uganda is among the unique countries in Africa. Next is Kenya, that has very well-versed intellectual, specialized resource persons. You have on adaptation, on mitigation, on finance, on gender, on youth, everything. You have specialties in Uganda. And Uganda government does something very amazing, is they draft a program, like a plan before they go to COP. They have their own plan, what they want to do. That most of African government don't do. So you are seriously an example, guys. And so you can participate before they go, they meet and discuss. That's where you can participate and influence. And if you start going to conferences and you go to 1, 2, 3 COP, you can also suggest the government that you want to be part of the negotiation, the delegation. They can give you accreditation. If they don't give you as a government, because probably they don't know you that much, you can go to accredited NGOs. That's another thing. NGOs have accreditation. In the past, we were the only organization that was providing accreditation to young people. For the past 15 years, there were not so many, were just like 5 youth organizations. So like all over the past, let's say 15 years, through the Young Volunteer for the Environment, hundreds of young people participated in COPs. Our job has been to facilitate participation, because then there was no limitation. You can bring as many as you want. Today they give you 3 slots, 5 slots. So please don't ask me accreditation for Belém for couple. I don't get. They'll give me 1 or 2. My best is to support you so that the Uganda government give you accreditation. I know it's hard for them because there are too many people want to go. Some people go, you never see them. They go shop, and they will go and dance. So some people are going to dance La Samba on the streets of Rio de Janeiro instead of being in Belém. Anyway, so you must pass through one of the accredited organizations. So you have Can Uganda that can help you. Can Uganda is accredited. They can give you accreditation through Can International. You have like AFSA. AFSA is based in Uganda. AFSA can also help you. They are also accredited. UBSD, the Uganda Network for Sustainable Development, various ones they have, and Madam Vikman can tell you how to get accreditation. But if you are blocked, call me saying I am in need. I need the one place to go for just 3 days, and we see how to manage. If you bring me some matoke, I can get you some accreditation to go. But anyway, that's it for the accreditation. And if you go there for 5 reasons. And I'm stopping here now. 5 reasons why we need to go to COP. 5 reasons. Why do we go to COP? We go to COP for meetings as young people first to learn. So if you go to COP, you need to go attend side event. There are several side events. Go to side event, pick the books. Don't go there with plenty of shoes my friend. There's food there, even cheaper ones. Sometimes it's hard, it's expensive around the COP place, but in the town you can get cheap food. So go with an empty baggage, 2 suitcases, fill it with books. Okay? Second thing, we go to COP to network. We go to COP to get partnership. And to get partnership at the COP, you need to go around the pavilions. That's where you go. First of all, you need to have go with your own flyer. You must go with your own business. I don't like business card these days. But anyway, you go to business card, because already with your phone you can navigate, you can survive. You go there with your card, and then you go around. Good morning, my name is John. I want to participate in your activities. Where are you based? What is Congo Basin Wildlife? Something. Okay. What do you do? In Uganda, we do this. Can we partner? Yes, take my card. Okay. That's how we network. We go to COP as well to showcase, exhibit what we want to do, what our best practices. Guys, COP started as a very small thing. Today it's a business place. It's a marketplace. So you need to get ready as well to go and market your product. Even the Uganda Water Resource Institute goes there and market with its publication, its book, what they have been doing in terms of water management, water catchment as a way to increase resilience of communities. They go there. So you also can go there. If you want to go there to showcase, you can do it through side event. You can ask, like someone's organizing, can I make a presentation in your side event? Or if you are not, just go there. At the end, raise your hand and say, hey, sorry, what you have said is very interesting. In Uganda, this is what you do. Please, you can take 5 minutes. They will stop you, and then you make your own publicity. Because that's how people come to you. Hey, what you said was interesting. Can I have your card? Okay, so you can go there, raise your hand, and make statement. You can also, you have the various. There's the Uganda pavilion. There is space. You can ask the ministry, can I have 1 hour to present what you have been doing? They will allow you to do so. Okay, we go to COP. I'm on 3 here. We go to COP as well to negotiate. We go to COP, we don't go to COP to work and then, no, we go to COP to negotiate, to influence. That's why you need to be part of demonstration. You need to demonstrate. And Madam Vikman always demonstrates, participate in various action. You must participate in Africa Group of Negotiators meeting. You must participate in all the major groups meeting, women, youth, business, whatever you belong to, you must be there. It's free. They don't charge you. You go there. You can say, okay, with the farmers, I'm from Uganda. I'm an agroecology someone. Can I represent you in the negotiation on, I don't know, let's say finance? Yeah, they say, yeah, you can go. Here we are tomorrow as a negotiator negotiating on behalf of farmers. And when someone from Canada speaks, you can say, excuse me, say, on behalf of the farmer group, I think here you are becoming negotiating. So we go there to negotiate as well. We go to COP to fundraise. We're looking for money. We go to look for money. And if you want to look for money at the COP, it's the same like I've just said. Being present, be there on time. You must go there before things start. If you sleep too much at COP, you will lose everything. You must go to what do you call it? Dinners. They offer some dinners at some point. You must go to those. You know. Yes, but of course you need to take care. Make sure you have time for you to enjoy, to go to town, see what's best. You know, network. So these are the reasons why we're still going there. Someone can tell me, say now you have been going to COP. You go to COP, you pollute. I'll say, yes, I pollute. I know that my flight from Togo to Belém will minimum is 5 tons that I'm going to emit. But still, why are we still going to COP? Because that's the only place where humanity wins. Because if we fail, if we lose the COPs, then climate will be discussed at G20, G7, where you are not there. Ugandans are not participating in G20. They say Africa is part of G20, but go and see what's happening. We talk, then behind corridors, they decide. So it's important to have the COP and see going to COP, because that's the only place where after Brazil, after Canada, Uganda can say, Mr. President, I'm of different position, different view than my colleague from Canada. So you have the capacity there to negotiate, to influence as a country as well. That's why we need to go to COP. But also there are a lot of good things coming. Don't think people go to COP, nothing happening. No, my friend. There are a lot of projects happening now in Uganda just because of the COP. We have the Green Climate Fund because of the COP. We have the Loss and Damage Fund because of the COP. We have the Adaptation Fund because of the COP. We have the Green Global Environmental Fund, Jeff, because of the COP. We have Least Development Country Fund, LCDC Fund is there. We have the LDC Fund is also there. So, and we have various other new projects coming in again and again to make sure that, you know, there's resource flowing. And we can also see that even though countries have not reduced systematically their emissions, at least they are aware. The sign is clear that we have space if we want to do something about it. So, and I like what Martin Luther said. If they tell me that tomorrow will be the end of everything, I will still plant a tree today. Let me repeat. Even if tomorrow is the end of the planet, I'll still plant a tree today. So let me stop here and take some few questions. And then in the question, we can talk about the upcoming Africa Climate Summit, the upcoming COP, very specific questions you would like to ask me. Webale nyo. Francis, I don't think Nora is there. So either you, Francis, can you manage? Or if someone has questions, you can just write questions in the chat box as well.
I think there are a couple questions online. If you just checked.
Oh,
there was
okay,
some.
okay, good. I saw the one about UNICEF. Let me go up. Okay. Youth partnership. Someone want to hear more about youth partnership. I'll talk about that in a while. Beekeeping conservation. We don't do, but there's a beekeeping network as well. So if you write to me later, I'll be happy to connect someone who will ask the question about beekeeping. Question about with all these agreements, Africa environment ecosystem are waste. Yes, you are right. So the question is, why with all these environmental agreements, things are not moving properly? That's a very interesting question. Very interesting question. There are various reasons to that. You know, environmental management in Uganda is the #1 responsibility of the Uganda government. It's not the job of community. It's not the job per se of communities per se. Strictly speaking, it's not the job of communities. Strictly speaking, it's the job of the government. It's not the responsibility of NGOs. It's not the responsibility of private corporate. No, it is the Uganda government primary and prior responsibility to manage, organize, protect, and defend our ecosystem. So if things are getting worse in the country, who should we blame as citizens? It is the government. Water resource management in Uganda has been given we give our mandate to the government give it to its ministries. Now we have the Water Resource Institute that manage all water, access to water in the country. So if something goes wrong about water management, water access, we should point the finger to the Water Resource Institute. It's the same for the whole ecosystem as well. So it's not easy, because when you have to manage around several priorities, people are hungry, you need schools, you need hospitals, you need roads, you need several things priority at the same time. Sometimes our government today put environmental management as a second, second range issue. They don't consider it as important as defense, as land tenure. They put it, no. You can even see it. I can check with you how much they're giving to the whole Ministry of Water, how much they're giving to Ministry of Agri, how much they're giving to Ministry of Environment. They have agreed that in Maputo, long ago, they want to give 10% of all the budget to agriculture to support food production, because that's the number one that we need. Just give us the food and you can go be there. We don't care about who is the minister. We don't even want to know, as basic citizens. But do you know how much Uganda is put into agriculture? Check it out. It's free. It's there online. So second reason is political will. Some are doing very well. Uganda is doing its best to protect the mountains. Now they want to start even trading the carbon in the big forest there. The Uganda Ministry of Environment, even Ministry of Water, even the Nile Basin discourse, are amazing platforms that are there. Several governments go to Uganda to learn how you have been doing. Not all countries have that kind of political will, and we can see with great respect for Mzee, his position on genetically modified organism. With our African citizens, we clap Uganda, the whole Uganda government, about how strong you are around everything that is genetically modified. We don't want to eat cassava in something. We don't want to eat crocodile in banana. We don't want to eat pork in maize. So thanks, Uganda. Keep up that fight. So it's all about the political will. Some are trading, some are not. Then it's not only about the political will. The third thing is Uganda has so many laws, conventions, so many documents. But implementation is hard. Honestly, it's hard. So they are doing their best, but they can't. They at some point the law are there, but they can't. You know how the police. I don't want to talk politics, but anyway, you know that there's a law, there's a practice. It's everywhere. Yeah, I don't want to give you an anecdote that I got from the Bujagali and the Mabira forest. How government officials were there ready to sell the forest to the Chinese just for 1%. What do you call it? I know how you call that type of. Anyway, so you see, compliance with the law internationally, but the law we have locally is the issue why our ecosystem are getting worse. The third reason is some kind of, the lobby of multilateral companies. If you look at those who are the boss of Ugandan economy, you will see some Ugandans are doing very well compared to most of the Eastern and Western countries. But you can see plenty of our people from, I don't want to call names here. I don't know who is in the room. Our friend from outside, they hold our economy like this. They decide, so they bribe everybody along the whole line. So who cares about what minister, But I've seen your madam. Oh, give me her name again. Can someone write to you the before, not the current one, the former minister of water? She was a strong, amazing. She resisted the corporate power, those who want to control water resources and our water bodies, because now they are not buying only the land; they want to buy the water sources, where the water comes from. They have their satellite. So this type of illegal activities from multilateral companies also is responsible for the worsening of our ecosystems. And also, to some extent, citizens, is not, I would say we are the one cutting the trees. We are the one putting, you see that there's a river there, and you want to do the farm, up your farm reach even the river. How can that river breathe and survive? Rivers need space, That's why in my village, you can't cultivate, you need to live minimum 8 meters, between your farm and the river. And today, the amazing thing, the way we respect environment, the type of connection between society and nature, the Lugandas, you have one of the best on the continent. The cultural biodiversity in Uganda is so rich. The way young people respect the elders, the way men respect their wives, the way women got respect the elderlies. You are losing that even today. People think it's for the first. No, because if we lose that way of, our traditions, our way of doing, we definitely lose our ecosystem, our environment. Let me give you one example. In my village, there is a ceremony called Asidodoje. It's a ceremony where the girl, once you are adult, before you go to a man, before you have sex, you need to go through that ceremony. Otherwise, they have another system to, they will put shame on you. They will put you naked in the front of the village there. So before you do that ceremony, you as a virgin lady, you must go to the river 6 times. Go to the river and you fetch the water for 6 elderly women in the village. 6 times. Today, that river next to my village is gone, dry up, finished. The next river is 10 kilometers away. How many girls will go 10 kilometers? So we have lost the tradition. And the same way for, let's give the example of traditional medicine. The forest is our pharmacy. The forest is our drugstore, guys. Now we have lost the forest, so we have lost our tradition, we have lost our culture. That thing, that the fact that we have lost the connection, the root we have with our nature, that also is responsible of the fact that environment is going worse and worse. So we need to wake up. Question about sustainable growth tracking system in Uganda. I don't know very well how it is, but when you have the last question from Hilda, the SDGs were adopted to say we want to reduce poverty by 2050, 2030, blah, blah, blah. You know about the 17 SDGs. There are a set of indicators. And every year, countries go to report in New York in the meeting that is called the HLPF, the High Level Panel Forum. The last one was in July. The next one will be happening. And you can check. I can check for you. Uganda, Vienna, New York. And you can see HLPF. So Uganda in July 2024. Yes, last year. So Uganda presented last year the Vienna. Vienna is called the voluntary national review. Vienna. So that's where you put what you have done in terms of implementation of the SDGs. So if you want to know, go talk to the Ministry of Planning. That's where SDG tracking is happening. Another question is about the issue of commitment of member states and organizations in financial implementation. That's the issue. In Copenhagen, we are talking about the climate here. They promised 100 billions. At the end, when we did the calculation, they said, we didn't calculate, by the way. We didn't know which calculator they used. They used their own big machine. They said that on the 100 billion they promised in Copenhagen, they gave 82, 83. Some others said they even gave Africa or the whole world more than that. What is the money? I know you. Now in Dubai, they promised another 300 something, 300 billions. But if you calculate, if you have one Uganda shilling in 2009, in 2009, if you have one Uganda shillings, because of inflation, by now that one Uganda shillings, you can't use it to buy what you could have bought 15, 10 years later, before. What I want to say here is that the money they promise in Dubai is less than what they promise in Copenhagen. Even though it's a bit more, but in terms of value of that money is almost not sufficient at all. So where is the money? The money is in Africa. The money is in Africa. We should find our ways. How do we better manage our money? Let me tell you, if Uganda can stop just by 50% illicit financial flows, you have enough money to get out of IMF, get out of World Bank, say goodbye to COP. Just stop 50% of the corruption of the illicit financial flows. In my country, if we can just reduce by 20%, I can even buy a jet here. I will come and take you around, take you to the, you see the Nile. You see, so we have an issue about money is in Africa. We have the resources. Now, after colonization, there's a new crumble to come and take all our rare minerals, all our cobalt, all our, for their energy transition that they're talking about, the just transition. We should not allow that to happen. So we have the money, my friend, we should stop. So as a young people, when they ask you money, don't say money somewhere. Just, you know how much the diaspora is sending to Uganda every day? I know several Ugandans outside Uganda. There are plenty out there in London, plenty out there in Chicago. I have a very good friend even in Chicago. They are sending money. If the government of Africa, the AU, they set up framework, people to be free to send money, and the government can give them some insurance that if you live in Uganda, living in Turkey, you send money, you invest something. If it didn't work, if it does not go well, we'll pay you back some kind of insurance. Oh, you see how people invest, So that's the thing. We need to see how to mobilize internal resources. How can we collaborate as youth-focused, community-based in Uganda to conduct climate study with you? Okay, classes, no problem. If you have to organize activities, we'll be happy to. Now I have a lot of new friends today. Marisa, Pamela, I know Pamela already, Annette, Mukisa, and Evelyn, Rachel, So what we can do is, this is just a platform. It depends on what the Water Resource Institute will provide. They have all your address. We can share my email. We can set a WhatsApp group. I am very available to respond to all your questions, take you through, help you one by one. We can do studies all in. I'm saying I can, meaning not me, but there are other, I have a good staff, a lot of staff around me who can do that. And by the way, Madam Vickman organized already the beginning of the 2025 Climate Justice Caravan. We started the caravan in 2011 at the appeal of Monsignor Desmond Tutu, Bishop Desmond Tutu, in a campaign called We Have Faith. In 2011, we organized a caravan from Nairobi to South Africa. We revived the caravan in 2021, and now we organize caravan every year. So in Uganda, we used to work with what's the name of that good friend of mine? Oh, I'll get you the name. We're working with him, but from this year, we're working with Madame Vickman. So we want you, with support of the Uganda Water Resource Institute, to organize a caravan. A caravan is just an initiative where citizens, even sometimes government, delegate, no problem. They go out to express their views, what they think about environment, like we don't have a planet B. We can talk about sustainable managed water. We can talk about provide free and safe toilet material for women during their menstruations. We can talk about, please, we want more toilet in schools, things like that. This is all about what we want. So I hope all of you can be part of this year caravan coming. Some information about the upcoming Africa Climate Summit. Yes, I will share just now the African Climate Summit, the link. You can all go there and register. It's not yet late. The link is still working. Of course it's in today is 39, so it's in 8 days. We still have 8 days to go. So you just go here. I put the link there. Once you are there, you find a button on registration. You can register. They give you once you go there, you see the window inside will pop up, and then you can register. And once you register, they give you a code, a QR code that you use. You use that. You go to Ethiopian Airlines, and the Ethiopian Airlines, using your registration document, they will reduce the air flight for you 20%. Let me check. Uganda, this is close. Guys, take Boda. Why you drop your life, man? No wahala. Just take Boda. You do Boda caravan from Atebe. Where you going? We are going to Addis. So you, so you take Boda. I go to Addis. If you have to fly, fly. Okay, no problem. You deserve it. So you go to ACS2. Is the second time African head of state are meeting to discuss about climate. Normally it should be about everything, but unfortunately, it's more climate centric. This is something you should join me to fight, guys. Our problem in Africa is not climate change. No. If there's a convention that should be top number one of African, is the UN Convention on Biodiversity. Biodiversity is our lifeline. It's our safe belt. It's our security. Everything is our biodiversity. Climate change is an issue that come and aggravate the biodiversity degradation. But we should not be climate change centric, climate change oriented, No. We should fight for more areas, topics to be discussed beyond. That's why my appeal to you is, young people, there is space for you in 500 spaces. Don't just go to climate. By the way, so once you reach Ethiopia, they give you the ticket, and you take the ticket with your passport. You go to Addis, they give you free visa. Nothing. You are not going to pay. Visa is waived. And now, if you read Addis Ababa and you don't know what to do or where to stay, I can share a form with you. Nora can share the form. YVE International is looking at ways to support all young people who want to participate in the ACS. We're giving free accommodation. You just go with 5 kilo of ugali flour. You take some matoke, some banana with you. You survive for 5 days, guys. So let's meet then at this. So I think I made it easier for you to participate. We have the African Youth Climate Assembly. So young people will be coming from various parts of the continent to meet from the 6th to 7th, okay, at the AU there. You can go to, once you go to that link, you can see the link to register for ICA as well. Then you have the media training. If you are working in the media, you can also register. There's a media training on the 7 days, same time. We have the African Group of Negotiators also meeting same time, 6 to 7. We have the various other groups meeting during that day. The women are meeting, the young people are meeting, etc. And then we have the caravan. We are fighting. It's hard. You know, I wish the ACS is in Uganda now. Oh, I should be happy. My friend, we have been suffering since 2 months to have authorization to just do a caravan on the sea of Addis Ababa. Not possible. You know Ethiopia, right? I hope you don't know. Then keep it that way. So we have been fighting to have authorization. It's hard. Oh, if it was in Kampala, oh, I know. Whether you authorize myself, I know I'll go talk to my chief somewhere in the village, and then we do it somewhere in another city. So yes, you can participate in the caravan, and Nora is sharing the links to if you have to join the climate justice caravan there in Ethiopia, and you can participate. Why you need to go to Africa Climate Summit? Because the Minister of Water gonna be there, Minister of Environment gonna be there, Minister of Agriculture of Uganda, they're going to be there. When they go there, they don't have security guy. They don't have that much of security. The president is going to be there. You can go there, take selfie with your president. You can go to, Mr. President, I sent that document, I sent the application. You can network with your own people. Sometimes you go there, that's the only space you have to talk to the big guys. Because back home, hey, you can't reach, even Minister of, I'm sure the Water Resource Institute is reachable. They will let me know how the director is very available. You can go talk to her all the time. But in other places, it's hard. So I think I have given you enough reasons for you to go to ACS. I think those are the questions I have. You know what we are all supporting. There's one working on sport. That's good. Using sport as sustainability. I don't want to get into the negotiation about ecom, but I want to do. I hope I can have access to do this. Salary partition sondage. Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. I want to hear from you to finish this very interesting conversation. We, as countries of Africa, we have the right to develop, like other countries have. They have come and, stole. They have stolen our resources to go and build their countries. Now we understand the need for sustainability, for, do things differently, alternative way of doing things. We know that a solar plant is cheaper and more sustainable than coal. We know that small hydropower is bigger than the big Bujagali. So we know that there are alternatives out there. But now we also need some time of energy from fossil fuels. Now Uganda government found oil. You know the place, and Total and other are trying to spread that oil. We need to have caution here. Let me give you two examples. The country that has more dams in Africa is DR Congo. DR Congo has the biggest dams in Africa. They are selling those electricity to South Africa, Botswana. I don't know if Uganda is getting some. And only 8% of Congolese have access to electricity. Nigeria is top #1 oil exporter. There's oil all over Nigeria. And that oil is sent to Europe. And Ugandans, Nigerians don't have petrol for their car, don't have fuel for their generators. And the resource is not at all improving livelihood of Nigerians. That's what I can say as environmentalist. Now, let me speak now as an African. We have found the oil. We need to exploit the oil. Nobody can stop Uganda for exploiting the oil, because it's our time to exploit the oil, to power our industries, get the money to build more schools, more universities, more hospitals. So question is, and now you have groups are saying no to EACOP, no to that project. I want to hear from you, young people. Are you against or you are for EACOP project? Should we exploit our oil or not? I want to hear. Yeah, we can know, but just yes or no. Yes or no? Do you support Uganda government to exploit the oil by taking all relevant measures by associated communities, giving compensation? Should we go or not go? Yes or no? We should. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Good. Why it's important to have this kind of conversation? Because at some point we need to make sure that Gloria, we need to yes go. I'll take you. Say yes go. I'll take you to Vanessa Nakate. I'll take you to. Yeah, but of course, how do we do things differently? There are some examples. Ghana and even Chad, they have good examples. They set up a fund for future generations. There is a fund in Chad. I don't like the Chad government, but they have this arrangement that put a fund for Chad citizens of 2100. Even Ghana has a fund for future generations. They have a fund that distributes things very well done in Ghana. So I don't know if you should go exploit it or not. I don't think I'm not for or against EACOP project, but I'm happy to hear that you are aware of it. So as citizens, these are things that we need to bring to the forefront. We need to make sure that when the government gives the license to communities, the minister, they are not there. Madam Director of Water Resources will not be there. But it's their job to ensure that, water, the speed, something. But sometimes they leave the place. So how do we make sure that arrangements that are there, the Uganda environmental law need to be put into practice? The Uganda law around environmental impact assessment, the law around participation of communities, the law around, how do you call this? Informed prior consent, okay? That people need to give their informed prior consent. We need to organize this. Make sure that should the project go on, and we hope it does, that communities that will be displaced from that place are not left behind. There's a principle of displacement. When you displace me, my life should be 2 times better than what it was before. We need to make sure that we protect our biodiversity, that community get their part, and that the money is shared equitably in the country. By the way, and not give the country, give it free to our friends like the Chinese, etc. So I think that was long. We have to, in 3 minutes, the conference is over. If there is another question, I'm taking, but I think I've responded to most of the question. And if you went beyond and talking about the, yeah. So I hope today you know where to get accreditation to go to COP. You know where to manage to go to ACS. And we can continue the conversation about how to join networks. I know about all the networks. I don't want to present it. You see in the links I will share, you see some links to some networks. On biodiversity, you have the Global Youth Biodiversity Network, GYBN. There's one chapter in Uganda. We have the AYIC, Africa Youth Initiative Climate Change. There's a chapter there in Uganda. You have, and by the way, you have our dear sister, Luganda, who is managing the UNCCD. I hope you know her very well. She's a good friend of mine. The UNCCD lady, she's the one managing that, and she has been doing very, very well. We need to be proud of what she has been doing to manage the UN CCD Youth Caucus. Yes, it's a Ugandan lady that's managing now the UN CCD Youth Caucus there. So those are some of the network you can join. Yes, question, or if it is. Thanks a lot. There was one question about UNESCO. So UNESCO is managing the UN business around cultural heritage, everything that has to do with culture. But also UNESCO is dealing with water. They consider water as a cultural resource as well. So UNESCO is there. UNESCO has a very amazing youth network on climate as well. You just type UNESCO Youth Climate Group. I just forget about the name. You can join that group as well. They have meetings. They send young people to conferences as well. UNDP has a youth platform for engagement. WHO has a youth platform. UN World Food Program. All of even the UN agencies now, they have youth platforms. So just get close to any UN agency, and you can just Google it. Okay. Thanks a lot for Vickman. Thanks a lot to Director. Thanks a lot to Francis. Ready to serve today and tomorrow. Webale nyo.
Hello, hello participants.
Hello.
Hello, how are you, Vickman?
Hello, we are
Hello.
Nola, do you have anything to say before we come to the end of this webinar? Because we are it is 1 o'clock. It's almost clocking the time for when we are supposed to say bye. Nola, do you have anything to say before I will conclude this webinar? Thank you.
Mine is just to thank Sena for the insightful conversation and for your attention, patience, and I know we've really learned a lot, and it's been great. Back to you.
Webale.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, members, for being around for the last 2 hours. We thank you. Want to thank our presenter, Mr. Luca. We appreciated and we listened in and we learned a lot from what you are discussing with us for how the youth are involved, how can we improve on our environment, how can we combat pollution through plastic and other aspects of encroaching on our environment than wetlands, the forests. And at the end of the day, as we mitigate and make sure we have some activities that can create and combat climate change, and eventually that will lead to resilience of our communities, because all of us, we know that climate change is for real. We cannot deny that there isn't a climate change, although naturally climate change changes, but the frequency at which we are experiencing floods, at which we are experiencing droughts, it is just beyond the normal changing of the climate. And we call upon everybody that is listening to us, that has listened in, and the youth around, and the general, because tomorrow, as you said, I won't be around, another person won't be around, but the youth are the drivers of this action, climate action, to combat climate changes, combat pollution, look at how we use our waters and the environment in a sustainable manner, at the same time equitably, because we can, and make sure that we serve our future generation. And I want also to thank Vickman. Vickman, I think, is the one who pushed this one so that it can come in and we present and listen to the youth on how they are working on the climate action and how are being part of the climate, addressing the different changes that are happening to us. At the end of the day, the youth are the ones who are highly impacted, because according to African statistics, we have more youth than the adults. And even in Uganda, the youth are more than the adults. In our recent population census, we have what was recorded the youth almost presents more than 50% of the adults, of all the people within Uganda, putting aside the young ones. But we want to appreciate you for presenting to us very good information. And I hope everybody has taken in, at least even if you came in when you don't know what it means by climate change and climate action and what is climate, how the human beings has impacted onto this climate, onto our environment, onto our waters, that has led to this, what they call it, the global warming, that has caused floods, that has caused droughts, that has caused so many activities as we have been experiencing in the last decades and the last decades in future. If you don't look at it, may be facing even rougher environmental changes, and eventually actually it may lead us to migrate from one area to an area when an area even is already occupied. You cannot migrate from Togo and Uganda and think Uganda is less populated or less affected by climate change. It is for real, and for all of us are being experiencing it. On this note, I want to thank everybody, and I want to invite everybody, people who are interested in having a webinar presenting their findings, their studies, their research that can inform the people, because this is a platform where everybody can be informed of what is happening in another area to another area, and we're inviting people to present their interest. We have got the email. I'm sure everybody of you have got the email where you can present your interest to be scheduled for a webinar. We always hold them monthly, but in case there are many people showing interest, we can even make it more than once in a month. We can even make it maybe bi-weekly. But people should present their interest, and also the topics of interest. It is not about filling the form, but also you need to present it with a topic of interest, with a brief of your research, brief of your study, and then we can capture it and schedule it for being here at the Water Resources Institute webinar monthly series. Otherwise, thank you. People, we can continue asking questions. We are not ending here.
Yeah.
We've got the contact of Mr. Oluka and the contacts of Water Resources Institute. If you have more things to learn, if you have more things to inquire, please continue chatting. We'll be sharing the presentation with you and also the recording of this webinar. Otherwise, thank you very much. Have a nice weekend, and au revoir for everybody who speaks French. Bye-bye.
Merci
And
beaucoup,
love for
Madame
you,
Gwedoline.
Mr. Luca.
Merci beaucoup, Madame Gwedoline. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you so much.
Merci. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
We really appreciate.
Thank you so much. If it's possible to share the contact again.
Yep. I'm putting it down here for those who don't have it. No problem. You can what's
And
me there.
also the email for the expression of interest. Okay, thank you.